Hello, my name is Xander from Terrytown. Welcome to your Grand Villa 42 view. I'm going to be starting right up front here with your front jack. You just grab it and go ahead and crank it up and down to raise and lower that. For your propane tanks here, you have your little regulator in the back. This, you can kind of see it, there's a little arrow. You can go ahead and switch that to whatever direction you'd like. And of course, that is going to be the propane tank it chooses from. Right here, you can see how it's red. It kind of alternates between clear and white every other. And then when there's a steady flow of propane going through, this little red will then turn green and of course tell you that there is propane going through just like that. Just behind it there is going to be your battery. Moving in here, this is going to be your little underbelly storage area. You're going to have your table here. This is going to be your 50 amp power cord. So since it's 50 amp, you have a 50 to 30 amp adapter here. And then you can also put this 30 to 110 if you need to plug it into a 110 at all. You also have your 25-foot drinking hose along with your sewer hose, which I do highly recommend. It's just a personal recommendation, but I highly recommend it if you're going to be using that for a long time. But like I said, once again, just get a better one. Move it. Right here is going to be your water system. So you're going to have a fresh tank and city water connection. Your city water connection is going to be your main water source when you do get to a campground or your place where this is going to be sitting. You can go ahead and plug it right in here. Worst case, if this is going somewhere where it's not going to be able to have city water connection, you go ahead and fill up this fresh tank. This fresh tank is going to be just a big tank inside of your camper that allows you to draw water from it and push it through your lines, once again, if you do not have city water connection. To empty this fresh tank, it's going to be just down here. It's going to be that little white pull tab. You just go ahead and grab that handle, pull it, and it's going to open and drain your fresh tank. This is going to be your furnace exhaust. So with this furnace exhaust, when it is kicking out, obviously it's going to be very hot. So if there's any little kids or animals or anything like that, try to keep them away from that. Back here is going to be some of your sewer system. But first off, I'm going to start up here. Water heater. You have all these different valves that you can go ahead and close, bypass your water heater, anything that you need to do all right here. And of course, just up here, this is going to be a pressure release just to help kind of flow and make sure everything flushes out. Just down here is going to be your drains in your city, or not your city, your sewer drain, everything like that. So you're gonna have your black tank and your gray tank pull. Your black tank, like I said, is going to be your sewer, and your gray tank is going to be for showers, sinks, stuff like that. So when you do go to empty it, I recommend doing the black tank first, just because it's the dirtiest water. It's going to contain all of your solids and everything in there. So you just go ahead and grab that pull, go ahead and open it up, and then if I can get it to kind of focus and brighten up there, leave that open, let it completely drain. Put a pressurized hose into here. Pretty self-explanatory by the name. It flushes out your black tank. So when you do put a pressurized hose into here, of course it's going to flush out your black tank. Make sure there's no toilet paper or anything that got stuck. Helps it flow nice and easy. And then just to the right of that, once you close everything down, go ahead and do the gray tank last, just because it is the cleanest water out of the two. So when it does kind of flow out, it kind of gives your sewer hose a nice little flush. Right there is going to be your low point drains, hot and cold side. So go ahead, open those up when you want to drain your hot and cold lines. Right here is going to be your cable satellite if your campground offers it right there. Then you're gonna have outside speaker along with 110 outlets. And if you do have a little TV outside, you also have another little cable and satellite input right here. And you also have another 110 in the back there. Coming to the inside, I'm just gonna take my shoes off here. Moving over, you are going to have a dimmer switch. So you tap to turn off, tap to turn on, or you can tap and hold to then dim your lights. Just like that. And then of course this is going to be all of your systems. It tells you how full everything is, so you know when to empty them. And of course you have your water pump, so if you need to draw water from that fresh tank, go ahead and flick that on. lights, outside speaker, ceiling light, everything like that. You can go ahead and control it through here. Once again, your main lights are going to be controlled through the dimmer switch. This is going to be for your fan. So when you click that, you can see it start to spin. And turn that back off. This is going to be, let me try to move around the steps here. This is going to be your thermostat. So for everything, you just click the middle button there. Fan settings, cool settings, and heat is all controlled through here. And of course, your up and down arrows there. Moving into your bedroom. Pretty much the only thing I want to talk about in here is your, what do you call it? Oh, I can't think of the name. Your fireplace. Just tap to top right to turn it on. It's not hooked up to 50 amp right now, so it's not going to turn on, but I can show you that in person. And from left to right, it's just going to go from time to high, low fan speed, and you can change your rock color and flame color as well. Got your loft and everything up here on the one side. Moving on, you're gonna have your refrigerator. It's all hooked up right now, so I'll kind of go over that in person to show you what the controls are. You'll just have your microwave here. And then you have a igniter switch here. So all you do is press down, turn to release the gas, and you go ahead and ignite it. You can hear it click. Otherwise, for your oven, similar thing. You have time here, and of course you have your press and turn, then you can adjust it as you go. These are your keys. So you're gonna have purple as your main doors, you're gonna have your baggage doors as these silver ones, and then all the extras are going to be these little silver ones here. Put that back on. Here's another power panel. So here's all of your shades that you can control. Obviously, you do have a lot of windows, so everything is going to be controlled through here. And you have the up and down right here as well. Here's one of your slide buttons, and of course, more lights. And then, like I said, slide button. Moving down over here, this is going to be your little sound bar. So moving from left to right, HDMI, USB. You can switch channels with this, pause play, select, so you can choose between different, what do you call it? What can I think of the name? Equalizer modes, power mode, so you can switch between Bluetooth, TV, anything like that through here. And of course, volume up, volume down, and then mute, zone 1, zone 2, zone 1 inside speakers, zone 2 outside speakers. Same thing goes for this, power, time, high, low, and then of course the color changing and everything like that. Moving to the bathroom in the back, not really a whole lot to it, just I want you guys to know, for your toilet, I do highly recommend getting well, 2 things, but you should know 3 things. 1, press down, it's gonna flush. The other 2 things, you are going to need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. Those 2 things are gonna help make sure your black tank flushes nice and easy. So like I said, the toilet paper just helps break down easier, and then the solution helps break down solids and smells. Inside your closet, you do have laundry prep. So if you do decide to put anything in there, that's where that will be. And then of course, up into your second loft, there's going to be the other area here. And then for both sides, over there and here, for your AC, what most people do is when they first drop their camper into their little area, they'll open it up because it's going to be hot from traveling. And you know, if you guys are living in this, of course, it's going to be, you know, hot every now and then. To get cold air right away, open this up. So it's going to dump out. It's going to start to get air moving around and eventually start to cool down. Once it starts to cool down, go ahead and close it. And that's when your AC is going to duct throughout the ceiling and start coming out through little fans and stuff like that. Like there, just little AC ducts. Otherwise, just gonna kind of keep giving you one last little walk through. And then I also missed this back one here. I'm glad I walked through. This is for the other AC up top. Otherwise, that has pretty much been it. There's not really a whole lot to it. It's nice and easy. Actually, one thing I did forget, this is your TV. So you can move this up and down. Once again, like I said, I'll show you this in person. Just to make sure, show you how everything works. But besides that, that has been your brief orientation. If you do have any questions, please write them down and take them in with you. Other than that, like I said, I'm going to show you more of the moving components in person. But that's been your brief orientation. I hope you do enjoy, and congratulations.